Welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and this morning we're visiting with Kristin Hildabrand, Warren County Extension Agent for Horticulture. Good morning, Kristin.
Good morning, Joanna.
Now, this is one of your favorite things to do, and it always winds up so beautiful, but dahlias are kind of the star of this show.
That's right. They are the fall flower that is in season right now. So we're going to show how to make a dahlia arrangement. In the center here, we've gone ahead and actually took a block of wet Oasis or floral foam, and you can buy that anywhere basically. So what we've done is we've cut it down to size to fit our vessel here, and then we've added water. You don't want to force this down into water, you just want to let it slowly soak up like a sponge. This is the mechanics of the arrangement. So what we're going to do is kind of do like a crescent type shape of our arrangement, and basically I'm going to kind of start with those that kind of can come out like kind of give us a little bit of added there. So I'm just going to take my pruners here and cut this to one side.
Now, Kristin, a lot of times if we're putting these in vases, we need to strip all the leaves off of these.
Yes.
But since you're doing an arrangement with this floral foam and water, is that necessarily what you have to do as well?
No, you don't have to. I always try to use what I'm given in the arrangement, and the foliage is going to be an added benefit. But we're going to just kind of place these. Again, I'm just going to start here on this corner here. What we're doing here, Joanna, first is basically hiding our mechanics of our arrangement. Okay. So I'm going to start with that, and then just to give me a little bit of extra, you know, like we're going in this shape, I'm going to cut this, and then I'm going to place this kind of more on the upper end of our floral foam here. So you can kind of see that's going to be my side here and this.
So you're just kind of outlining the piece.
Exactly. And these stems of the dahlia are very hollow. So, you know, when you get this at the farmer's market, it's going to be a little bit longer type stem, but you know, you can always cut it down to size to make it fit kind of what you want. So we're just going to kind of place this. There's no rhyme or reason to it, but we're just basically covering.
And then you're just going to continue to add the dahlias first.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. All right, Kristin, so you have all the dahlias placed.
Yeah, so what we're going to go to next is a little bit of our foliage that we have. This is going to give us a little bit of a little fragrance to our arrangement. It's eucalyptus, and that's one of the really pretty foliage that a lot of our local flower farmers have. So we're just going to kind of place it around the back and around the dahlias, since the dahlias are more of our focal point.
And one of the beauties about dahlias is they have a long vase life, or they have a long staying life. So this centerpiece, if you keep it well watered, should last quite a while.
Yes, and if you'll add some water to it, you know, since it's the floral foam underneath, it should keep for a little while. So as long as you're doing that, it should keep for, you know, I would say a week to 2 weeks at the most, depending on how often you do that. So I've got some Eastern red cedar that I'm just going to place kind of here just in between. You don't need a whole lot, but I am going to hide the mechanics. And then also for a little bit of filler, we have some goldenrod. And I absolutely love goldenrod for this time of the year. So I'm just going to place this just kind of in between, so that way that you can just have a nice little pop of yellow in between our dahlias. And then to finish it off, Joanna, I'm just going to place, this is actually persimmon. I actually cut it out in the fence row, but that's just going to be some of our airy touches that we're going to add. So I would encourage anybody, like once they grab a hold of the dahlias at the farmer's market or from a local flower farmer, that you go out and kind of see what you have in your garden and landscape, because it can really make an arrangement a little bit more extra.
All right, Kristin, this is gorgeous, smells amazing, looks great, it's gonna last a week.
So if anybody is interested in purchasing from a local flower farmer, I would just say get in contact with your local extension office. We are aware of some of those. Another great resource is to visit the Center for Crop Diversification website, and you can go to that commercial map there and you can find it based on your area.
Have a great day.